This is the Dharma talk from Laungphor Thongbai Phapassaro in Wat Naluang monastery in Udon Thani, Thailand. If you be mindful, destroy the negligence, destroy the defilement, so you are stay with the real religion. Any place on earth don't have any danger. Everywhere on the river and the ocean don't have any problem. Even though breathing in and breathing out in every moment don't have any trouble. And finally, the brightness that we don't need to pay and asking for someone is the wisdom. We know very well that we were born in this life and we should have something good. And before we die, we should leave something good to this world. Today I will tell you something that don't feel heavy in this bone and this body because don't have delusion. Man and woman, they are not a person to have suffering, but actually man and woman, they are the people that making the world to be happier. Close your eye or open your eyes, but it can make you see the real mind. That's why the world love to open their eyes and close their eyes and find the happiness. But for the Buddha, he doesn't say like that. For him, he said that Nati paramang sukhang in the Pali word, which means the happiness is the best. And if you want the real happiness, the excellent happiness, you must have the peacefulness. The Buddha said the peacefulness is the best happiness in this universe. The other happiness in the universe, especially from the six senses, cannot compare to the peacefulness. This peacefulness you can search for yourself, or you can make it happen by yourself. The 28 Buddha that have gone to Nirvana already, all of them say the same thing. The peacefulness is the best happiness. And we were born to be a human. Since we were a baby, we lean on our father and mother, mom and dad to support us until we grow up and get sick, old and die like the cycle. But some person that they were born, first they lean on a father and mother, and after the father mother pass away, they start to lean on by themselves. Some when they lean on by themselves, some can fulfill in what they want, and some disappoint and upset. Why it happened like that? A person will lean on by himself, and then he can fulfill and succeed in what he want because he lean on the sila, samadhi and panya, the morality, the meditation and wisdom. But for a person who upset, disappoint, because for them they lean on with the lust, with anger, with ignorance. This is the information that where will you take yourself to go, and when will you believe in your mind and lead your mind in the good way. The birds stay in the sky, the fish stay in the water, but for a human don't have anything to take, cannot fly in the sky, cannot swim in the ocean. That's why all the human suffering because of the craving. The craving dragging all the human to everywhere. The eye, the ears, the nose, the tongue, the body, the mind, the six senses. Normally, these six senses don't have any craving. But the cause of the craving, because the lust, the anger, the ignorance in the mind create the craving happen. So now we take a look inside the mind. The mind can create heaven. The mind can create hell. It's up to you what you want to make it happen. One person is smart. One person is stupid. Smart person have the effort and going on the right way. But for stupid person, they live with a defilement and going in the wrong way. In the human mind, it's like the moon and have the eclipse, have the dark shadow cover. No matter what who you are smart or you stupid, this darkness cover every mind. This darkness is the ignorance. And no matter what you learn in the class, what you read in the book, it cannot fight with this darkness. So now, if you throw away the book and look into your mind, the mind have one activity, is knowing. But if every moment that you know, that knowing creates suffering, so you know in the wrong way. Your knowing, your mind become the enemy for yourself. What you know, what you see, what you hear, create more in suffering, because you have the defilement in the mind. That's why I want to tell you that the worst fire in the world is the lust. Who know about this? If you know, but you don't let go them, but you don't stop, but you don't quit, but you don't extinct this lust, that means you don't know, don't understand them. This unknown, this stupidity is the worst. It's very bad and can hurt you anywhere, anytime. The Buddha happened in this world, and he know, he understand. That's why he said, I am the best one, I am the excellent one, because I don't let anything happen in my mind. And no one can deny in this 10,000 universe. Even though in the past, the future is still like this. As for my voice that I explain the dharma, anyone can reject or accept, it doesn't matter. But the most important, if you listen, you understand and enlighten, that's the best thing. No need to carry this problem with the form, with the sound, with the mind again. The other fire cannot compare to the fire of lust, and cannot search and looking, how could it happen? Where is the end? Where is the beginning of the lust? And this fire is not like switching, turn on and off the light, and happen in this place, that place. Is not like that. That's why it hover with the fire of lust and burning in every mind. And everyone searching for something else, but cannot protect themselves. So therefore the other fire cannot compare with the lust. If you are smart, you should know how to protect yourself. If you know this is the fire, it's hot, it's danger, then you not step on that. If you love yourself, you don't step on the fire of lust. You see the ants, the insect, they know this is the fire. The ant can close them because it's hot. But by the human, very stupid, they add more fire to burn their mind. Go for love and hate. That's why the fire happen. The fire happen in the water, can burn the water. The fire happen in sky, can burn the sky. The fire happen on the earth, can destroy the earth. And that's why the other fire cannot compare for the lust. You know this word for a very long time already. And now do you understand what is the other fire? Who know, who understand the other fire and the lust? And who can let go the lust, can extinct the lust? Have any percent in the eyes, in the mind? As I check, no one can do it. No percent. Because I checking with some special knowledge in the pure mind, and I don't see any percent that anyone can escape from this fire of lust. But other humans don't pay attention about this, don't know what's going on in their mind. It can say they are like a useless person, useless man, useless woman. This life is going for nothing. The fire of lust, how could it happen? Don't have any petrol, don't have any fuel, don't have any wood to burn, but why it keep burning all the time? Do you understand or not? That's why this fire is like the greatest fire, can burn all the universe, the 10,000 universe. This fire burning everywhere. I was born and lived almost 100 years. And then I asked myself, how could this fire happen? And then I get in meditation with some special power. Then I meet the Buddha. And then I asked the Buddha, how could this fire happen? The fire of lust that burning everyone. This will create the fire of suffering to all the being. And then there's the voice answer me in the air. And then the voice of the Buddha answered that the fire happened because of knowing. Then I realized, oh, knowing can create the fire. And then I asked, how could this fire of knowing happen? How come? And then the Buddha answered that the fire happened because it should happen by their nature. And then he explained, in a human life, from 1 year to 12 years, they live normally, don't have any lust, any fire. Sometimes lust happen, but not so bad. From 12 years to the 16 years of human life, now the fire start to happen. From the body, the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue. From the sexuality between man and woman, it's covered their mind already with this fire of lust. Want to have this, want to have that, want to be this, want to be that. The lust happen from sensual desire. The lust happen from the form. The lust happen from contact in the six senses. And this become the real fire that's burning since the moment that wake up until sleep. Don't have the other fire can compare with this fire of lust. So this fire can come from the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the six senses, and come from anywhere, many directions. That's why they can explain the fire of lust. Lust in the form, lust in the formless, lust in the birth and becoming, and lust with the enjoyment. Like even sitting here, drowned under the water, but cannot see the water. We are stay in the fire, burning, but we don't know what's in the fire. That's why the other fire cannot compare to the fire of lust. How could it happen? Because you know and you don't know, you see and you don't see. This lust, the sensual desire, in the form, in formless, in the birth and becoming, with the enjoyment, the lust go together with them. Don't have any being can escape from this fire. I know you don't understand about this. That's why I come to teach you about this lust. You know, in the world, even though the human create many fire, like millions of the candle, cannot compare to the lust that cover in the mind. That's why the Buddha said the birth happened because of lust. Love and hate happen because of lust. You see how powerful of this lust. This fire is bigger and more powerful than everything, bigger than the world, bigger than the dharma. That's why this fire, even though we're talking about this, even though you die, your father, mother die, your grandfather, mother die, your next generation die 100 times, everyone still don't know what is this fire of the lust. Even though the monk or the father of the monk still doesn't know what is this lust. This fire of lust stay with the form, with the body, the knowing with the body. The body is something, is the object that the mind know. Because the consciousness stay with this body knowing by the consciousness. The eye see the picture, the ear listen from the sound, and knowing with the consciousness like this. Every moment that the mind know with love and hate, because the fire of lust still there. And this knowing become the enemy that stay in the mind and keep support the fire of the lust all the time. The knowing from the consciousness like this never fight back with the lust, never stop the lust, but go along with the lust and enjoyment. So no one can stop the lust, but the more they know, the more they see, the more they contact, they create more lust, because knowing with the consciousness like this. No one can make it happen, can destroy lust. So the Buddha said the one word in the Bali, in this dharma we call viraka. Viraka, which means dispassion. If you can destroy lust, and then dispassion happen. When it happen, dispassion, it become the greatest happiness. Don't have any suffering. Don't have this, have that, be this, be that, with dispassion. Viraka or dispassion is better than the other dharma, because viraka, dispassion, know and understand, can make this knowing become enlightenment. So now you don't show off yourself that you are good with this, with that. You see your bone, your flesh, your body, your skin, your hair. You carry this bone, this body for a very long time. Until you die or someone in family die, only have the bone left with the ashes. But still love this bone. This is one member of my family. This is one of my relative. This is my brother or sister that died with this bone. Still love it, still hate it. Still belong to me, still belong to mine with this bone. You see how powerful of this lust happen. That's why love and lust go together with this fire. And how many percent that you can let go with this lust, and then you can escape with this world? How many percent that you have? Where will you study to destroy the lust? In the heaven, under the water, or somewhere else? If you want to learn how to destroy the lust, now you should learn with yourself, with this body. The power of lust is going everywhere, even though in the heaven, in the Brahman world, or go deep under the world to the hell, the lust still there, cover every mind. All the being stay with this lust. Love and lust go together. Love is the fire, lust is the fire. Two of them become the fire that burning in every being mind. But if someone can enlighten with this passion, viraka, this is the top of the knowing, top of the wisdom. The best thing to know, the best thing to see and understand is the dispassion. But no matter what you do, you will think, you will imagine, you will create any thought. But if you have lust in the form, lust in the formless, lust in the sensual desire, lust in birth and becoming, lust with the enjoyment, for sure you will see the fire. Not 100% or 1,000,000%, but it will happen in every moment, anywhere, anytime with this fire. That's why when I practice, I check with myself. I was born with the other being, with the human, with the animal. Everyone is the same thing, have the form, have the body. So when I go to practice, I sit with the tree and then tie up myself with the tree. And I talk to myself. I was born in this form, in this mind. Why I am very stupid to live with them. I keep my body, keep my mind to stay with the fire, with the lust, with the anger, with the ignorance, to create the suffering. Later, when I get in meditation, the mind peaceful, and then I consider with the wisdom, oh, actually, this body is impermanent, and the mind also impermanent. If the body and the mind, they are impermanent, why I create love and hate with them and make the suffering happen? And then I realize that actually lust is non-self, the body is non-self, the mind is non-self. But why I give this body and mind to lust? The body is the body, the mind is the mind. Cannot be anything, cannot have anything. But because I stupid and give this body and the mind to stay with lust, and then create love, create hate, and then the suffering happen. That moment I realize, understand, that's why the Buddha said the other fire cannot compare with the lust. This one word, lust, don't have any mind, can destroy, can defeat them. So now, do you dare to stop this fire? Can you let go them? Can you extinct them? Can you defeat them? Or you will let it come back and burning you all the time with this lust? This fire of love and lust is no way to stop, to destroy them. And burning 24 hours. And all the good thing in your mind, good dharma, you throw away. And then you choose to live with fire and the suffering. Is this what you want? Don't you surrender to stay in the peacefulness? I always say one word, that santi paramang sukhang. The peacefulness is the best happiness. Do you want to take them or not? But for the lust, our grandfather, grandmother took it already and set up like the heritage, like the network for us. That's why for me, I was born in this life, I destroy them. I break the trap, I come out from them, don't want to stay with them. When I was 3 years old, 4 years old, so I want to move to stay in the temple. And then my mom asked, why do you want to go there, to live there? What is the good thing in the temple? Then I told my mom that there is the monk there, I want to stay with the monk. At that time, I don't know what is that, but my mind really want to go to stay in the temple. And when I grow up, and then about 60 years ago, I start to have the real practice, to know the real dharma. At that time, it's like the green light happened and opened the way for me. At that time, I was stupid, I was crazy. One night, and that about 60 years ago, I start to practice. I stay in some temple, in the Sema hall, at that time very old, very poor one. Then I go there alone, and then I light one candle, I light one incense. And then I pray that if I was born in this life, and my life will going with the lust, with anger, with the ignorance, with the fire of the suffering like this. I pray, if I will die with the suffering, may the fire burn all the candle and burn all the incense, turn all of them to ashes. And then later I sitting meditation, and the time passed about 10 minutes. I opened my eyes. The candle stopped burning, and then don't have any smell of the incense, so I take a look closer. The incense stopped burning. So the candle and the incense, both of them don't burn. It's still there. And then I feel like something happened in my mind. So I sitting meditation, and then I pray. If the Buddha and the Arahant, they are happen from the normal human. In this life, I was born to be a normal human. May I can know, can see what is the real Buddha and real Arahant. At the time, it was funny and crazy that the mind pray like that. But finally, the truth is the truth. The truth prove everything with this dharma. The truth never die. Now I want to ask you, now do you know, do you see? Or you just want to be a human and live with this world like a normal animal? Stay with the world but don't understand, don't see the world. Like the bird in the sky, the fish in the water, like that. So now what you know, what you see with this fire. Now you live with a long life, almost time to die, to burn this body already. Do you understand them or not? We're gonna teach you if you don't teach yourself. Teach yourself, lean on yourself. Teach your mind to extinct the ignorance, the fire of the suffering. What you are waiting for? When you're gonna teach yourself, or you waiting someone to burn this body? And while you take them, lust is burning, anger is burning, ignorance is burning, dirty fire burning your brain all the time. Burn the brain and then burn the mind. After burning the mind, then burn the feet. The feet be running around, looking for this, for that, for the head and the mind and the heart. And finally, all the being going with the karma. All the being going with the sensual desire. Cannot escape. Don't have any moment of mind that feel boring, feel tired, feel dispassion with this. I don't see you, you don't see me, with the knowledge of the Dharma. But now we know and see each other because we are the same human being. And now you see the fire of lust is very powerful. When reach to 12 years, 16 years, it start to attack a human already, this lust. The man looking for woman, woman looking for man, and become crazy, don't have any place, anywhere to go to stop them, and keep crying because the fire burn their mind, burning their head, burning their mind, burning their feet, running from the house, looking for this man, this woman. Do you understand what I telling you now? So this fire of lust, even though the monk, layman, layperson still don't know how to deal with this, don't have any percent. I can say in the other time, the fire in this world, any color, any brightness from the sun or the moon, but it's not like the fire of lust. That's why the Buddha, he give the sutra about the fire of lust, the fire of ignorance, the fire of anger. A person who can listen to this sutra and understand, have such a good merit, good barami. So now the root of the fire, this lust, where is it? Where they are? The root of the fire is in the mind, in the heart. But the brain think of lust, think what to do with lust, think to satisfy with lust. But in fact, the heart receives the suffering, not the head. And it's suffering a lot, cannot resist, have to running around. The man running for woman, woman running for man, man running for man, woman running for woman. And finally, all the being, all the human being, stay with the messy and chaos like this, running around for each other. Wake up day and night looking for each other. The fish in the ocean never sleep. I say like this, but finally everything is up to you, not for me, not my business. But now the rain of the dharma coming to the earth. If you receive it, you get the benefit. So now try to follow me just one time. You know the Buddha enlightened 28 Buddha already. If the first Buddha, the second Buddha, the third Buddha, you don't see them, it's alright. Still have the other Buddha to teach you, to tell you. Like in my case, the Buddha named Patumuttara, and that time in my previous life, I meet this Buddha, and then he opened the way to Nirvana for me. And all the Buddha teach the same thing. The fire of lust, where it's happened with you, with your mind, with yourself. So then I realized, if the fire happened in the mind, must extinct in the mind, then I use the dharma. The dharma don't have I, you and me, don't have self. When free from self, free from I, free from me and mine, and finally the fire is stopped. The viraka, the dispassion happen. Dispassion is emptiness. Emptiness from lust, emptiness from sensual desire, emptiness from the attachment in the body. This emptiness from dispassion stay in the mind. Don't have hot, don't have cold, don't have anything happen in the mind. At this time, the mind have the wisdom to see, oh, because of birth happen, sick and die follow, suffering happen. But if we stop birth, the birth cannot continue, no more new birth, no more new life. Then the other suffering cannot happen. When start to see the birth, this is the right way. Because lust making the birth happen, making love happen. Love happen, and love die. Love man, love woman. Love and death happen with this. Love until die. The tree that have a lot of fruit, if the fruit too heavy, can destroy the tree. It's the same thing if the mind have lust. The heaviness of lust will destroy the mind. But if you know what is the lust, and then you can destroy them. Destroy by use the asubha. Consider with this 32 part to see the dead body. See the impurity of the body. The lust stay with this body. The lust stay in the world of the body. If you have the wisdom to contemplate with this 32 part to see impurity, then you can destroy lust. And this world will become the super mundane world, free from the world. The raka create because of the brain. The brain think. When think create the thought of lust and then move down to the mind. And the mind have the ignorant delusion waiting. And then mix with them. And then from the mind move to the feet. Running. Man running for woman. Woman running for man. The female, the male of all the animal go for mating, for breeding. Like this. Now can you tell yourself, teach yourself that the other fire cannot compare with the lust. Because this lust and the ego of you and me is like the fire burning on your head all the time. Do you want to extinct them or not? That's why today I want to tell you, you need to remove the lust. Lust with the form, lust with formless, lust with sensual desire, lust with birth and becoming. and lust with the enjoyment, you need to remove them, make it dry out. So now, what you gonna do? You will stay with this lust, or you will destroy the lust? Because soon or later, the body that you stay with them, they will put in the fire and burn. Even though myself too, this body will be burned and die. So now, can you remove the lust, remove love and hate, remove all the craving and anger? How many percent can you do that? Or you gonna teach the other? Or you will teach yourself to make yourself your mind understand? Because I teach the dharma for a very long time. People know, people understand. They know, but want still take the defilement. They understand. I want to create the defilement, create the suffering. What is the point? So that's why the Buddha said, the fire of lust cover everything, cover everyone, cover everywhere. If the heart still suffering, there is the fire of lust still there. Lust, anger, ignorance is hot and burn. Why it's hot and burn? Because you don't know, don't understand. Or it's hot and burn because you know and you see. You don't know, still hot. You know, also hot. And now, if you know and still hot, and you don't know and still hot, which one is better? So the Buddha said, if you know this is the fire, and you see it hot, at least you have the chance. Maybe in next 10 life, 7 life, you see the suffering of the fire. This way is very hot, and then you escape. You go for samatha, practice meditation, practice the wisdom, and finally can escape from this fire because you know them and see them. But for the other person, that's hot and burn, but still don't know what is this. Oh, totally no chance to escape. Because don't know, don't see, and still living in this fire. Therefore today you must know, awake and joyful in this life and nirvana, to be happy and stay with me. Be stupid, believe in the brain, in the heart, and the feet that running around with defilement. This fire not only for the human. You know, even though the deva in the heaven, last night the 3 devas, they come with the elephant, come to prostrate me and asking for the dharma. So then I tell the deva that the form is the suffering. The form never be a happiness. And then the deva agree, oh yes, it's like that. The form, the body is the suffering. Then I tell the deva, if you see the suffering, now you should leave the heaven and come to stay in the nirvana with me. So now you should take a look in your mind and teach your mind, tell your mind, see the suffering as the real suffering. See the dangers as the danger. When you see the real suffering, see the real danger, and then 2 of them extinct, then you will see the dharma. The suffering creates suffering, but for the dharma will create the happiness. So now everyone, please come with me. Join with the dharma. Don't go with the suffering with the 6 senses. Suffering is the birth, but for the dharma is not the birth, but the dharma living like that, stay like that. If we know like this, the mind don't create the new thing, the old one. Don't have new birth, don't have new life. Only have the emptiness. Living like that, empty like that. And finally, this emptiness become the real teacher. And extinct and empty, never return to have the bone, to have the form, the body again. So this is the real peacefulness. The peacefulness is the best happiness. The happiness happen because extinct the fire. And of lust is the top of the dharma. Why don't you consume them, taking them? So now don't use your brain to serving the lust again. This suffering is the fire burning your brain and your heart. Take your brain to serving this passion. When you destroy lust, you will see the real happiness. Okay, hopefully everyone can destroy lust, destroy the defilement, and reach to the true happiness, reach to the nirvana in the end. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.